Thanks for joining us with Healthy Habits 101 today. I'm here with Molly Satter. Now, Molly, we've talked about how we're really trying to put in some mitigation efforts in the classroom by having Band-Aids, some of those things that really keep the kids from having to physically come into the office as little as possible.
Yes.
But what happens, ultimately, there are going to be some cases where kids do need to come into the nurse's office. What's that going to look like when a student does come into the nurse's office? What should they expect?
Right. So we do want to prepare them that it might look different than when they went to see their nurse in the past. But if they are sick, we are going to have to make sure that we take special precautions. And one of those things that we'll be doing is that the office staff or the nurse, whoever's working directly with that student, will have similar personal protective gear as to what I'm wearing right now. So, just making sure that we're wearing the protective gear that we need to wear to keep ourselves and the student safe and healthy, and make sure that we thoroughly assess them and contact the parent. We're going to keep them in an isolation space. The child will be required to wear a mask if they are sick and symptomatic and waiting for a parent. So that would be the one time that we're going to make sure that they're wearing a mask until parent picks up. And then that isolation space, we'll make sure that if there's more than one student there, that they're properly spaced apart. But definitely that will look a little different than it has in the past for students.
Sure. And is there any changes with the parents as far as coming to pick up their student or anything like that? Is that going to be kind of the same as last year if they've got a sick student, or how does that look?
Well, we would always expect to be able to get a hold of a parent if a child was sick, but it's more important than ever this year to make sure that the school has a good working number. If it's not for the parent, it might be for a grandparent or someone else who can respond quickly and be able to pick a student up if they're sick. We will not be able to send students home on the bus if they're not feeling well, so it will really be best if they're picked up promptly. And so parents can help us with that by making sure that we have the correct contact information.
Absolutely. And what other important things do you think that either students or parents should expect when coming into the nurse's office this new school year?
Right. So even when the parent's coming in to pick up the child, making sure that if they themselves are ill, they're not the one that's picking them up, that they make sure someone else comes to do that. And just making sure to talk through it with your child to say, it might look a little bit different this year if you're not feeling well and you go see the nurse or your clerical staff. So just kind of talking through that and preparing them. We don't want children to be scared, but we want to take the necessary precautions.
I would say, what you're wearing now is probably not what you would be wearing in years past. So it is good to just it's not meant to scare anybody, it's just meant to really protect everyone involved. And so just to kind of prepare those kids and be like, this might be what you see when you come into the nurse's office, just so they know. But
exactly.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us on Healthy Habits 101. We'll see you next time.